God exists and he is good, why then does he allow so much suffering in the world? This is a question that a lot of people have asked over the years and are still asking till date. Because to be honest, there is so much suffering, there's so much wickedness, there's so much evil in the world. And you begin to ask, why would a good God allow all these things to happen? So, unfortunately, many people have ended up becoming atheists, or they're being very bitter and resentful towards God because they've not gotten satisfactory answers to this question. And so today I thought I would share my understanding of this, because I personally have also asked these questions in the past. So the main reason why there's so much suffering in the world is not because God allows it. Instead, it is more because of how we as humans choose to employ our free will. So God has created us in his image and likeness, and what that means is that we are made to be free thinking beings, and he has delegated us to, manage this earth on his behalf. But then, whether we choose to manage the earth or destroy the earth by our choices and our actions will determine how everything plays out. And that is what happens on a daily basis. So basically, God created man in his image and likeness and put him, in the Garden of Eden to kind of expand from there and build a world, a beautiful world that is well tended to, cared for, and all that. But then they chose to go another path. They knew what they were supposed to do, but you look at how the serpent tempted Eve. He said, look at this thing, the eyes. It looks beautiful. It's going to make you wise. The ego. Wow, it's going to taste nice. It even smells amazing. So you see that it was appealing to their five senses. Hey, don't just do what you know is right to do, because it can be difficult. Instead, do what you feel like doing, because you're going to relax and you're going to have a good feel. And if you look at it, a lot of the suffering that is in the world comes as a result of human beings choosing to do what they feel like, what makes them okay, what appeals to their five senses, regardless of how it will affect any other person around them. And unfortunately, everything in life causes a ripple effect. Every action causes a ripple effect. If you do good and keep doing good, it spreads in the world. And if you choose to make the wrong choices, it spreads, starting from your family, your wife, or your husband, and it spreads all over the world. And there are so many hurting people. And Bible says that, in fact, woe to the earth because of offenses. But then offenses must surely come, but woe to the person from whom it comes from. What this means is, because we have fallen, we have a fallen nature that always goes for what is easy, what is convenient, what we feel like, and not necessarily how it will affect others. It becomes a ripple effect. So you do something, it's what you want to do, but it's going to affect someone else right beside you. And that person is hurt, and the person can choose to go out, and based on what you've done to them, they will decide to do it to other people. And you know what makes this so scary? Bible says also in the book of Ecclesiastes, it says that because the sentence against evil is not speedily executed, so the hearts of men is set within them to do evil. So you see someone, let's say for example, someone is eating unhealthy, you know that it is going to make you, fat, and you keep eating unhealthy, and maybe over time the person becomes obese and develops so many sicknesses as they are eating that thing, because they don't eat one bite of very sugary cake and immediately they puff up and they eat another one and their dress bursts and all that, because the effect is kind of delayed. So a lot of the heart of men becomes set in them. You see someone that is engaging in infidelity in their relationship, they keep doing it and nobody catches them, they keep doing it more and more. But then the truth is that they are hurting people. It is high time we stop looking at it from an angle of what God has done. What God just did on earth was to create the earth. Every other thing that is happening, whether it's erosion, a lot of the natural disasters, if you look at it, it is related to the activities of mankind. We tend to be more of consumers. I think it's in recent time we're seeing people dedicating themselves to say, okay, we're going to save the ocean, we're going to save this, we're going to do this. But before now, it has been a case of, okay, poaching, we keep poaching and poaching certain animal species until that particular species becomes extinct and all the rest of them. So it's high time, it's a call for you and I to begin to think about, what are my actions creating? What ripple effect are my actions, my daily choices, sending out into the world, sending out to my children, sending out to my spouse, sending out to my neighbors and my city and the world around me in general? Another thing I want us to consider is, obviously there are people that do more of the negative things than others, and in the end everybody is affected. So even if you choose to do the right thing, sometimes the effect of what others have done will come to you. I want you to consider some of these things. The Bible says that all things will work together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So what does that mean for me? What does that mean for you? What I have chosen to do is to look for the good in whatever that comes my way. It's not like it's going to be easy. Sometimes bad things come your way. But if, for example, you've gone through something really traumatizing, you can either allow it to affect you and how you relate with other people, or you can choose to, become someone, a light to other people, to show them that although this happened to you, you can actually do this to come out of it. Or you can become a light to say, hey, there is danger there, don't go that path. I did this, I made these choices, and see the ripple effect it has caused. Beyond being a light, we can also become more compassionate. We can become more empathetic. We can become more understanding of people's pains. And so another thing I also want us to think about is that when you make up your mind to say, regardless of the wickedness in the world, I will be a force for good, I will commit to, taking actions that send out positive ripple effects in the world, then that is how we can use good to counter evil. I believe that with how far we've gone in the world, it doesn't mean that we'll come to a place where everything will become, perfect completely. I mean, in this our world, as a Christian, I know that there is a world to come, but in this our world, but what we can do is to use good to counter evil. Keep sending out positive vibes by our choices, by the way we relate with other people. Even Bible talks about, heaping coals of fire on people's head. So people that are even doing evil to you, you make up your mind that they will not turn you into another version of themselves because you are going for revenge. But you choose to keep using good to counter evil as much as you can. And I tell you, instead of us to wait for God to shine a light from heaven and destroy all the evil, we can actually play a role in mitigating or reducing the suffering, or holding other people's hands as they go through their own sufferings. And I just wanted to share those little nuggets with you, and I hope you found some value in this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.